Yo, what's good? What's good? It's your girl Tamika Denise, and I am coming to you live today. Just wishing you guys a happy new year and how I'm gonna kickstart, 2023. Today is my first live of the new year. I got some fantastic things going on for the next 365 days. Plus, who is Tamika Denise? I am a queer woman of color, writer, poet. I want to tap into like getting into rom com stuff. Maybe dabble into a lot of queer, a lot of dabble in queer erotica. Um, but let's just get into formality of what I've done previously and what I am going to do in the upcoming future. I am known for my love poetry for sure, as far as like Twin Flame goes. Like, um, I'm heavy on manifestation, so a lot of the poems that I've written within the last 5 years have been a manifestation of like my twin flame and what that looks like and what that feels like, what that would feel like, especially for like a poem. And I have a poem here for you that's fairly pretty long. It's called Dear Love, and I'll give you a brief idea of what type of poetry I've done in the past. This is from my book called With Love. It was published for a digital download in 2017. That book is no longer available because it's going into one of the collections. Um, but I'll get into that in just a moment. Uh, this is called Dear Love. A blinking cursor begins this letter. For 12 hours it blinked. I thought about our link, how our attachment began at 2 weeks. Maybe I searched for you like my mother did her loves. I thought I loved, but those loves retreated. I know through quality time because words of affirmations make me blush. Physical touch makes me a lush, but this kiss and this touch, a plus. We love to love. In moments and adventures, taking pictures, creating love through mutual loves and experiences. I finally felt alive, two souls that are beginning to thrive. Have we arrived? To our first meet, having our first last greet, taking the seat across from yours, cursor blinks again for a minute or two. These are fantasies and there are days I wish I knew. We love to love. Because the idea is sometimes better than reality. Ordinary love won't do. Small talk either. Let's talk about atoms and less sex. Aliens, organic foods, galaxy, all things intellect. I'm imperfect, but I make mistakes. Sorry. I'm imperfect. I make mistakes, but the heart that once hung from sleeve is in pieces from the breaks. I'm intuitive, so I'll spot the fakes. Those who take without reciprocate. We love to love, but for you, I'm patient. In my 30s, waiting for your arrival. Love for others is no longer my survival. I've been waiting for you, waiting for a lifetime of bliss, completing, building, waiting for a lifetime of bliss, completing, building, adventuring, birthing life, nurturing life, compromise, a romantic surprise. I would love to love you the way that you love me. Finally, a love so real that it's unconditionally for me, for free. Your love, Tamika Denise. So, if I didn't stumble through it, that's a gist of like what type of poems I've created, what types of poems are going to be on the future project. Because again, I'm going through thousands of poems within the next year, just so I can just condense it all into a collection. More recently, I've been doing some musical projects. I'm mostly on Instagram, but I'm trying to get better at YouTube, y'all. I'm trying to get better with y'all. I know it's hard for like writers, black writers, queer writers, especially like to collab with another writer. Like I've been allowing a lot of people to get a lot of my poetry for free, but as an artist, that continues to starve me, right? So I created a Patreon this year. The January newsletter is out of all the things that we're going to get kickstarted. This being the first event. Each month, I'll have a live event for anyone and everyone on all social media platforms. But throughout the month, I'm engaging more with those members who are in different tier categories, whether they be the supporter, the poetry lover, or the collector. I've discontinued the heart healer at the moment as I continue to work out some of the edits and the kinks for the podcast and things like that. If you don't know, I am creating a heart healer sessions. And it basically goes over how to heal the heart through healing and things like that. That is basically what we're doing as writers, as poets. Like, we're taking our pain or the pain that we see throughout the world, and we're just trying to articulate it and give a little bit of imagery and spice up the words in any way possible. What are the perks of the Patreon membership that I have offered to all of you who are new, who have been here? Private groups. One of my goals for this year is to be vulnerable with my community while building it. So, like, letting you guys in on the writer experience, because it's not all fun and dandy. That piece that you get, for some of us, it comes out within 5 seconds, 1 minute, 2 minutes, but to go through it, edit it, the emotion that it takes to dig into that particular piece is an element as well. Like, what space do we actually need to be in as writers to basically tap into that emotion, that pain, that love, that yearning, whatever it is that we're writing in those moments. Those private groups, those hangouts, those lives that I have set up for you are essentially to get you to know me on a more personal level, because, like, I'm telling you, the reason why, like, my poetry, I do poetry this day and I'm putting poetry out and it's like coming in consistently, is because of those trials and tribulations that we go through when we're having writer's block, right? We're not always in the space to write as empath writers, like, man, having to tap into so much energy within ourselves, still trying to heal the traumas that we're writing about, or just how we want to express, like, how we're feeling in those moments, So I have those private groups set up so you guys are able to see the process from a different perspective. Collaboration, like, with these Patreon memberships, like, you guys are able to vote on new pieces, old pieces, for aspiring writers who are connected within my Patreon community. You guys have access to those private groups that allow you to collaborate with other artists, whether it be myself or just anyone that is a part of the community. I want to give you guys the opportunity to ask for help when needed. So I did create, fun little private groups so we can collab. For those of you who are participating in those poetry contests, if you don't know, on my Patreon as members, you guys can submit your work and become a featured artist, poet, writer, whatever it is that you do. You could be featured on my social media, my YouTube, my TikTok, my Facebook groups, my Discord groups. But as a member, you get to vote on those artists, the top 3 that I choose. So it's very inclusive to the whole entire community, and we're forever growing. I wanted this year to be a year that I collaborated with more artists. In the past, like, I haven't found the time, or it's been like, we've been indoors, so I haven't been able to collab in the ways that I used to in the past. Hopefully I moved up north to Sacramento. So opening back up romantic comedy, the open mic that I had down in Oakland. I'm really interested in getting back into that. So if you are in the Sacramento region, whether it be Stockton, Elk Grove, more up north, Fairfield, going more towards the Bay, like whatever it is, like I hope to collaborate with all of you guys there. What else? Building community again, going back to having that safe place for myself and other artists, especially if you are aspiring artists. Like it's okay to ask for help. Like it's okay to ask how to monetize um your brand, how to make yourself a brand. Like as a writer, it's very hard juggling all the things, right? You have to be heal. You have to get um man, you have to heal. You have to get those things off your chest. You have to write it. You gotta edit it. Most of the time, I'm like skipping over the edit part. If I'm completely honest, some of my shit got like errors up the yin yang. So like you have to edit it. You have to create a content strategy in order to take yourself and create a brand. Now we're not all gonna have the capacity to do that, right? So again, if you're an aspiring content creator, aspiring writer who wants to get more help, that's what the community is for as well. Like we're all here to help and build one another up through love and light. So man, I can't wait to share this new endeavor with all of you. So just stay tuned. Stay tuned. If you haven't already, follow me on patreon.com/Tamika Denise. If you haven't already done so, please click the like, subscribe, and click that bell notification so you can get up to date on some of the poetry that I have coming or that is already published out. Again, this membership is for exclusivity to some of the content that I'm not willing to share with the world like that. I'm only selecting a few of y'all to come through and see my process. So again, if you haven't already, come check me out on Instagram. Follow me here, TikTok, wherever it is in the world. I can't wait to collab with all of you. Y'all, peace, love, and so I'm out. I don't even know how to close these things out, but I appreciate all y'all. Thank you for staying tuned.